Then I think of a star. There's a light in the dark, still a flicker of hope that you first gave to me. Oh, hey guys, Kenneth here, and this is the i10 TWS. Now that I've listened to it, let me tell you my story. Selamat pagi! Good morning guys, Kenneth here. And that intro just now struck my head when I was outside riding my e-bike. It was raining, I was listening to music with the i10s. I think to myself, nowadays when replicas are making replicas of replicas, can you actually get something good? Actually you can. And that is why I am really excited to give you this review of the i10. If you're considering it, watch on. We'll go through the goods and the bads, tests and all that. And while I'm on it, I want to thank you very much for your support on all my other previous videos. It was such a good time. And I just want to remind you to click the subscribe button down below if you like headphone reviews or tech in general. And don't forget to follow me on social medias. I put behind the scenes and all that stuff. All links down in the description below. Let's get right into the video. Number one, I'm gonna start with the most important thing. If you guys have seen my LKTE9 fake AirPods video, you know I bashed it pretty badly there. I said one song is all you need to know that it was bad. That's even considering the price, $40. There are just better earphones out there that can give a much better experience. Luckily, I can say the i10 is one of them. You can get it for about $25 to $30 now in AliExpress. And as I've said before, one song is all you need to know that this was good. So before talking about audio stuff, I am no audiophile. I'm just a regular guy who just loves to listen to music wherever I go. And I believe a good earphone is one that lets you enjoy your music wherever you go. So let's talk about sound quality. The first time I paired this to my phone and put some music on, I came with some really low expectations. I was coming from the LKTE9 fake AirPods. That was harsh. It hurts. But this, it welcomed me with a really well-rounded sound, pleasing to listen to. The bass is there, just right for indoor listening. I just simply enjoy listening to music here in my room. But the limitations start to surface when I go outdoors. With all the noise outside, the bass is just not kicking it anymore. I'm not saying that it sounds bad outside, and I found bass booster to help lift that thump a little bit, but if you get back to the room, you'll find that the music sounds muddier, and I know by just turning the EQ off will bring those details back. I just can't help but to switch it off. It's quite a bit of a hassle. Most of the time, I just leave the EQ off because I love how it sounds right out of the box. It brings up that vocal really well, and I love it. Moving on to the next one is the experience. So the i10, even though it is older, I think it has better implementation of the features compared to the LKTE9 actually. 4 LEDs in the front, that's because it has wireless charging and it's working well. Nice. And it also has touch controls, and it has lower sensitivity and a better configuration compared to the LKTE9. By the way, it says power on and connected when it's connected to your phone, so you know. And there is no annoying LED light here. Nice. The configuration of the controls is actually usable. That's tap once to play or pause the song, tap twice to go to the next song, tap thrice to go to the previous song, and it works with both earphones so you don't confuse between them which one is which. You can also hold for about 3 seconds to call Siri, but it has a problem still with most Bluetooth earphones where you'll have to wait for 5 seconds before it can start listening to you. The latency while watching video is still manageable. It's not very bad, but I still wouldn't rely on it to play games that require quick actions such as Fortnite or PUBG. I've experienced some connection dropouts. I put my phone in my my pocket, and sometimes the right side would drop out a little bit for a second, but it will connect back again, and it generally stayed well within my ear. Let's do a quick head shake test here. Okay, give me a second to rest. Even though all that, they do still fall out of my ear though, especially on my left side here. There you go. That's because my left side ear is different than the right side for some reason. If I do this on my right side, it will never fall off. Generally, earbuds stay better in my right ear. But yeah, there are those situations where I'm using my raincoat in my e-bike and then I just want to take it off, and this goes off with that. So still, true wireless earbuds, you have to be more careful with them. And also, there's one thing here that I get to appreciate is the ability of putting a helmet on while listening to music. I can't get this to work with the QCYT1 even though they are so small. I still promote safe driving though, but for motorcyclists out there, this headphone is for you. Okay, lastly, I want to mention two downsides to going with the i10s over all the other replicas. First is there are no volume controls, but I would take the configuration here any day of the week rather than tapping forever just to volume up a little bit. And you cannot use the right side on its own. Only left is able to do that because it's the main earbud. So now, let's say that you are listening with both earbuds on. You want to put the right side onto the case. The music will not stop playing and you can just take the right side anytime and they will connect back together. But if you decided to put the left side, the main earbud, onto the case, both of the earbuds will turn off. So keep that in mind. So up next, I will talk a little bit about the design. If compared to the real AirPods, this is my friends by the way, the i10 look really closer than the LKTE9s actually. And that's more too because of the earbuds design themselves. The charging pins are the same as the real AirPods design, just with slightly bigger plastic here. But if you see from the outside, it might not look like it at the first glance. Especially when you're looking into those product pictures, you can see the oval shape here and the 4 LEDs. You probably might think this is one of the worst looking AirPods. But these 4 LEDs serve a really great purpose. It lets you know the charge when you're dropping it into a wireless charger. And one thing I really appreciate the most is the LEDs are good looking. The lights don't spill out everywhere just like the LKTE9. It stays right inside the circles, and that is one good point they have on the i10 here. As far as build quality goes, it looks fine. It's kind of the same as the real AirPods, even though it's not as satisfying to click on it. This has more click feel to it, but this is still good anyway. It serves its purpose, and yeah, I'm just really nitpicking right here. And also, I would like to mention that there is that same hole in the real AirPods here, but it doesn't light up here. And finally, if you look at the bottom here, there is USB-C for charging. Thumbs up for that. I think this is the first earbuds that I have with USB-C. That's very interesting. Moving on to the earbuds, they are basically one-to-one to each other, same size, same shape, until you look close enough and then you realize on the fake one, the optical sensors there are just painted black dots. But other than that, sound holes are exactly the same. The charging pins are the same, but the fake one has slightly bigger white plastic there. Interestingly, while recording the comparison shots here, I oftentimes found myself putting the real AirPods into the fake case. If you're thinking to do that, this will happen. A weird blinking of the case, which I don't know if it charges or not. So I don't think it's a good idea to buy a fake case just to replace the real case. But very interesting nonetheless to see how close they were able to make this to the real AirPods. And now while we're here, let's test out whether this is a real microphone or not. Wait, actually this is a real AirPod. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna do a call test. As usual, I'm gonna call to my iPad with my phone. I'm gonna go indoors and outdoors, and you guys can leave a comment down below to let me know what do you think of the call quality. Let's do it right now. Okay, so this is the indoor test. I am in the living room. There are no other noises right now. The room is quiet, and once again, this is the indoor mic test. I'm gonna quickly identify the mic here, right stem, and I'm tapping the left stem. One more time, this is right stem, left stem. You guys can let me know which side of the microphone is used during a phone call down in the comments below. Just as a comparison, this is me talking right into the phone. I have an iPhone 6s, there are no settings changed, and now I'm going to go outdoors and test the earphones out. Right now I'm going down the stairs just right outside my Okay, so I am outside right now. There's a little bit of car noise there, factory noise, bird chirping. What do you think of the sound quality? Let me know down in the comments below. And I'm gonna go back right now and review the recordings and tell you my opinion. Okay, so I've just reviewed the call quality. I've heard it myself. There are some really bad static noises there, if you can see. Let me play it back right now. You guys can let me know which side of the microphone is used during a phone call down in the comments below. Just as a comparison, this is me talking right into the phone. You can hear a static noise disappeared when I switched from this into my phone. And the outdoor test after the call failed was a little bit better in that static noise, but the volume is not that great either. So all in all, I don't think this is a great earphone for making phone calls with. Okay, so now moving on to my final point of this review is the battery life. So for the case itself, there is no button, so you can't check the battery life of the case itself unless you're charging it. But you can know the battery life of the earphones as it shows up on the top of the notification area there. So that's a no problem. And then I tried to run a test, continuous music listening, and see how long will it take until the earbuds died. And the result is pretty close to a 2.5 hour that they claim, as you can see in the timer right here. But please add around 30 minutes because I forgot to turn it on by the time I first started listening. I'm sorry. And by the way, if you have wireless charger, as you can see here, I have one beside my bed, I have one in the living room. You can just put it there and let it charge for a while. We're not using it. And basically you will have unlimited amount of battery in this thing. So that is a really nice feature. I love wireless charging, even with all its limitations. And even if you don't have wireless chargers, USB-C is here for you. You can just plug in any charger you want on this thing, it'll charge. Okay, so with all that said about the i10s, a fake AirPods review wouldn't be complete without a real AirPods comparison, right? I don't mean to kill this right away because I know the price is very different, but the AirPods still have a better ability to adapt with the sound quality. The speakers inside is just able to drive more bass compared to the i10s. But the i10s is no slouch either. And to be honest, I kind of like the focal better on the i10s, especially indoors. Overall, I am really in love with the i10. It's not just because of the sound, it's also because of these kind of open designs. Some people hate it, some people love it. I tend to be on the loving side. And the reason why I love these type of open ear designs is because I sing along to the music that I listen to. With an in-ear type of design, you have that bone conduction that resonates in your head while you're singing along with your music, eating even, or doing anything with your mouth. You can hear that inside your head. And with this type of earphones, not only you can hear your surroundings, so you can safely walk outside and be more alert while riding a motorcycle. It lets me sing and they don't bother me when I'm eating, watching to YouTube at the same time with the earphones. These are perfect for that. And I know these are little things, but these are important to me. And being able to do that in a package that is affordable, straightforward to use, and great sounding, that is why I love the i10. Okay, so that is it for my review. Pretty much everything that I want to say. If you found this helpful, please do click the like button, share it, subscribe to the channel because I'm looking forward to upload more tech content. And by the way, you can also hit the dislike button if you want. And the links to all the products that I mentioned in this video are down in the descriptions below. Those are affiliate links, so I will earn a little bit when you buy from those links at no extra cost to you. So thank you very much for your support. If you decided to buy one of these, I hope you will get a great experience as I do. So I have to finish the video right here. I would like to thank you very much for watching it to the end of this video. I will see you in the next one.